wonder why your old Nintendo cartridges cost so much now? Or why your old Genesis games can cost more than a brand new console in the store? We're going to get right into it. Let's get the video started, and here we go.
We're buying a collection worth over $250,000. It's the largest single collection of games I've ever bought. And throughout this video, we're going to take a deep dive into what makes this one of the most unique collections in the world. But not only that, I'm finally going to get to see what the scale of a $250,000 collection is like. And I'll probably be able to add some stuff to my collection.
Ooh, you got some good ones.
I mean, actually, that's insane.
Deals number 1 and 2 of the day, folks. I'm feeling good. That's like, what, a $500-ish deal? I appreciate you, man. Holy cow, folks. The second deal of the day just went down, and it is a little bigger than the first. It's the start of VIP hour right now, so I have to keep this quick, but this is $4,700 worth of GameCube games. Big shout out to my man Torres Tony for the huge deal. I'm feeling amazing about that because one thing that every single game store owner that I've asked says I need to stock is GameCube games, because apparently they fly off the shelf.
So as you can see on some of these clips, some of these online personalities are buying collections for $100,000, you know, $250,000, $75,000, or I'm spending $50,000 at this game convention at one pop. And the problem this is creating, guys, is these are what you would call whales. They're buying up all of the inventory, and then they kind of can set their own prices on this if they have enough of the product. It really is a losing situation for the average collector here, because not only are you dealing with these guys just buying up a ton of product, they're also getting their subscribers to go out, buy tons of inventory for them at yard sales, you know, Craigslist, Kijiji, Facebook Marketplace. So they're just kind of taking over not just their area, but the entire country. And it really is insane that their subscribers would do all the legwork and then take half price for the games. I don't understand that part of it. Like, to me, if I'm gonna spend my weekend running around to yard sales to buy a bunch of games or anything to flip online, then I'm probably just gonna list it and sell it myself. I'm not gonna take half price for it. That's just my own thoughts on it. Let me know what you think about that. I think it's kind of greasy. That's not something I would ever ask a subscriber to do. It's under the guise of, oh, we're being a good guy, we're helping out everybody. It's like, yeah, but you're really helping yourself out, you know. So I don't think it's right, but that's just my opinion. You have to understand, if they buy it at 50% of market value from these guys, they're going to put it on Amazon or eBay. They'll mark it up. You know, they're going to have Amazon and eBay fees come out of that. And they're going to take their free 30% cut off the top of that. However, the people that are the end consumer of this that buy it, probably not going to turn around and sell this stuff for a huge loss in the end. So in all reality, this is setting a precedent where this is worth this and it's never going to be worth less than this. And there's just going to be less out and about, guys. Someone like me that does like to collect, you are competing with people like this constantly. And don't get me wrong, I resell to collect myself. It's just this is taking it to a different scale where it really has manipulated the market. And it seems like these channels just keep growing and growing with more inventory getting sent into them. And as they get bigger and bigger, it's going to be really hard for people like us that go out on the weekend. We're weekend warriors, and you want to go out and buy a few video games for your collection, maybe sell a couple too and make a few bucks. For people like this, it's really putting a squeeze on us. And if you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Move on to the next reason. And to me, guys, it is the nostalgia factor.
Introducing 7-Up Gold. Wild thing, you make my heart sing.
Play RC Pro-Am. Play with power. Pull up to the start. Taste the challenge. The power of radio control. If you can't take it, you'll need dust. Radio controlled Pro-Am only from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power.
Nostalgia is huge now, especially with how everything's going. You'll notice if you're going out and all the buildings now look the same. All the fast food joints are just square boxes. Toys are very plain and unimaginative. Everything is just very bland in society. So people are chasing their fond memories of being a child, and this is no different. You see the toy companies re-releasing all this stuff from the 80s and 90s. You know, Masters of the Universe, TMNT, you name it, they're coming out with it. Thundercats, they just keep re-releasing the same things over and over again. It really does appeal to Gen X and millennials, guys, and these are the people that are buying this stuff now, not so much boomers. I don't even think the younger generations are really into this stuff other than maybe Pokemon. Really those two age groups that are into this, and they're chasing that nostalgia from their childhood, and they're willing to pay a little bit more for it. And I can understand that. I do it too, collecting my toys. Some of the stuff you'll see here, like my G.I. Joe, I pay up for sometimes. Most of the time I look for deals. If an opportunity comes up, I will grab some of it. Myself looking on TikToks at the old Christmas videos and stuff, and it does take you back, and you do miss your childhood for sure. So I understand that part of it. Next is kind of a broad category, but it is the swap meets, the video game stores, game conventions, stuff like that.
We're at SoCal Gaming Expo, where there's at least tens of thousands of video games. And it's here that there's a good chance that you'll find some of those games that you'll see only once in a lifetime. Unless you subscribe to the channel, which you'll probably see some stuff like this all the time. Our goal is to see the most rare and expensive Nintendo games in existence. But as we check these rare games off our list, we'll also look at their values according to Price Charting, the video sponsor. This is crazy.
They hoard these games, guys, and they will have trailer loads of the same game. Even the store we have in Belleville, we know the guy well enough, and he'll chat about what he's got and that, and he'll literally have thousands of copies of the same game, and it's over and over now. He has lots of high-end stuff too. When you get stores and people like that hoarding this, and again, it's like the YouTube guys, they are cornering the entire market, and then you have a small few with everything, and they're kind of in control of everything. Other than a few outliers you might find out at yard sales. It really does just suck the life out of game collecting if you are looking at it from a collector's point of view. Because by doing this, they're creating this false sense of scarcity when a lot of the titles they have are not scarce. Pokemon games for the Game Boy are not scarce, guys. Like, you know, most of these PS2 games that are bolos or rare aren't actually as rare as you would think they are. There's a lot more out in the wild than people let on. There are outliers in this, of course, but in general, a lot of stuff that people would deem as being rare, it's not rare. False rarity, while some of it is true, a lot of it is not. And I use these Pokemon games as an example. Pokemon Sapphire and Ruby and Emerald and all this stuff, they literally sold tens of millions of copies of these games, guys. They're not rare. They absolutely are not. They're one of the more popular games. Now, I get everyone's Pokemon crazy, but, you know, paying $300 for a tiny little cartridge like that for a Game Boy just because it's Pokemon is absolutely wild. Go to game conventions. Any store you go into that's a video game store has tons of copies of these. Don't get me wrong, some of this stuff does get destroyed over time. It gets thrown out by parents who don't understand. Like me, I rescued a Sega Master System that a lady was going to throw away. She even said she was going to if no one took it at her yard sale for free. So, you know, some of the stuff does get thrown out, but you know yourself, there's tons of this stuff kicking around. It's hugely popular. Now it's worth a fortune. And even the cards that they put out, they're brand new cards, guys. They put them out. And yes, there's some that are rare. People do pull videos and things. I just don't understand it. It's totally a manufactured rarity. And I just don't see the value in it. And that's personally, I don't. But maybe you do, and that's okay too. Also have celebrity collectors getting in on this and pumping it up as well. Some of the YouTube guys, I would say they're not celebrities, but you know, they're pretty well known. People in general, video game collecting has went very mainstream, and when you get celebrities or pro athletes that are collecting this stuff, it also adds value to it and it pumps the price up as well. Now with the way the new consoles are going, everything's going digital, guys. I personally don't think we're going to stop that. And that's a big part of the reason retro gaming is expensive too. You know, just being able to own a physical copy of these old games and play them as much as you want, whenever you want, wherever you want. I think our generations over time are still going to value that part of it. There's just something about having a game and holding it in your hand. So I think the physical part of it is going to keep the market strong for the next decade at least. New generations that are growing up without this stuff, they're not really going to care about it that much. And that's when the market will start to falter. One elephant elephant in the room is the thrift stores.
Stock. First off, Star Wars Battlefront 2 for $30 is crazy. It's worth like 18 to 20. Then Zelda Wind Waker for 90. Right below that, Twilight Princess for 100 for the Wii U. And next to that, Game & Wario for 120. That's like an $80 to $90 game.
A bone of contention for a lot of people, myself included. They are definitely in on the game, no longer just putting them on the store shelves for a reasonable price. They either go in the display cabinets, or Goodwill will put them online, or they'll do online auctions to get as much money as you can. I'll put a couple examples here and you guys can check it out.
To the web to sell some of its more valuable items, things like gold coins and jewelry. For In Your Corner chief photojournalist Kurt Tremper showing you how they're hoping the online sales will help provide even more opportunities.
We probably get about several hundred items a day. I would probably say around 500 items. And we usually, of those 500 items, we'll probably list, once they meet our quality standards, we'll probably list about 350, 400 items a day. Well, we get all sorts of items. We get jewelry, electronics, collectibles, art. We get all sorts of books and media. Every day it's like Christmas. We don't know what we're gonna get, because this is the way the jewelry comes in. And what the team does is they start going through all the jewelry looking for marks. And if they find, for example, if this is a 925, then they'll test it.
To see how crazy it is getting. These are just some examples. Even personally at our own thrift stores in the area, everything that's higher end that they would call will go into a display case. Even stuff that's not higher end. I pretty much, if you see a game above $10 in our area, they're putting it in their display case and they're pumping the price up to higher than the actual eBay price or Amazon prices. This is nothing new. This has been going on for years at these thrift stores. It's just they're getting more diligent with it now. Same with the consoles, vintage toys, anything like that. The thrift stores are just trying to make a killing on it. The fact of the matter is they are getting it for free, which is really insane to me that they're not passing on a little bit of savings to their customer. But they're really not doing it with anything. This goes for any product in general at the thrift stores. It's been months since I've been to one. I'm not really inclined to go. I think when the kids go back to school, Tim and I will probably go on Fridays the odd time just to have a look, but there's not really any point to go. You never really find many games. And don't get me wrong, guys, I understand everything's profit driven nowadays. I definitely think the thrift stores have lost their way. They got to be losing some customers because, like, me personally, I used to love going in there. I can't stand it anymore. I can literally go in and out in like 2 minutes and be satisfied. It's just not enjoyable anymore, and the prices are outrageous, guys. It's just the way it is. The boom of the internet, everybody knows pricing on games. You know, they're going to go with the trends and what's expensive. You can see the shift in Facebook Marketplace going from basically an online yard sale to basically full-blown retail. That's what it looks like in my opinion now. You see the odd deal pop up on there, but it's not like it was even 3 or 4 years ago. Most of the people that are posting on there are just professional resellers, I would call them. It's basically eBay without the shipping fees at this point. Very unfortunate. Good if you're a seller. The average person looking for a deal, it's not going to be that great to find one on there anymore. But again, it's just one of those factors that are pumping up the prices at all these video games. So in conclusion, those are just some basic guidelines on why the price of retro games are getting so expensive. Now, you can find ways around this. You just got to get out there and pound the pavement at yard sales, guys. That's pretty much the last bastion of hope most people have in this situation. So what comes next? Lots of great emulators out there. There's lots of mini consoles you can get with thousands of games on them. But things are going to digital. In the next couple generations, this stuff is going to die down, guys. It's like everything. It has a life cycle. Me personally, I think I'm seeing a little bit of cracks in the marketplace for video games. I don't see them selling as quickly and as much as they used to. I think a lot of people are just flogging them to get their money back out of some of them. Now, I don't think the market's going to collapse anytime soon. There's just too many buyers out there for this sort of stuff, and collecting's a pretty big business. You look at the toy industry itself, it's one of the huge drivers of business now. Not even selling to little kids, it's selling to adults. That's just the way it is. The adults have the money, right? I expect this to kind of level out here. In my opinion, it already has, guys. That's just how I see it. I don't think there's going to be any big bubble burst in the next 10 years, though I wouldn't bet on it. So it's a pretty safe bet if you're holding on to your stuff and want to sell it in the next few years. I think you'll be okay with that. Most collectors like myself, I'm not looking at a dollar value for this stuff. It's more just I'm going to keep it. And maybe I'll sell it before I'm in the ground or something and just give the money to the kids or something, because I don't know if they would be interested in it. I'm really going to say no. See where that goes. I don't think there'd be a big market collapse, guys. I think it's a pretty safe bet buying these and selling them if that's what you're doing. But the reasons I listed are pretty much what's going on with the retro gaming market. Not the greatest time to be a collector. You're not going to get very much for your money right now, you know. And a part of the problem is honestly the collectors that do pay up for this stuff. If they would simply just not pay up for it, the prices would come back down a little bit. But until that happens, we're stuck with the way it is, guys. If you've stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. It's a tough market out there. I wish you the best of luck, guys, whether you're reselling, whether you're collecting, wherever your path is going. I hope it's treating you well, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.